Well, well, another season of The Bachelorette completed.
Done.
And what an ending, huh, Stacey B?
It was quite an ending, the husband, and in fact, I actually thought it was great. I mean, we were finally back to the old school, like, you know, build up of which guy is she going to choose. They're both in love with her. I thought, you know, amazing last two final people. What did you think of her last two?
I thought it was pretty amazing. She came down, you know, the show ended with two great guys that both of them were head over heels for her.
Yeah.
So, you know, good for Ashley. And I think that the last maybe 2 or 3 weeks of the show kind of made up for some of the slower beginning parts of the show.
Yeah.
And I would put money on this being a couple that lasts. They
yeah.
seem to be like really into each other and
They're
very much
totally into each other
in their own world. They have those little interactions.
Yeah.
Like when they do things like this.
Yeah. And the
nuzzle. It's all about nuzzling.
Cupcake. Team Cupcake.
Team Cup. I don't understand what that means.
She said when she always wanted her future husband to call her Cupcake, and he started calling her that without her even saying that.
I was unaware of this.
Yeah.
But
why are you so tan, by the way?
It's because we were in Mexico.
Yeah, and by the way,
awesome.
we are very sorry that we're a little late in posting this video. We had quite an experience of trying to rush home last night. We went to Mexico. It was awesome.
It's great. We stayed at the Excellence Riviera Cancun.
Yeah,
it was,
Google it.
all
amazing.
Inclusive, adult only.
Yeah, it was like
resort.
105 degrees, which is why we're so tan. But we did put sunblock on in case you're worried.
I think it takes me about 12 minutes to put suntan on. I'm a 6'2", you know, pretty big guy. And yeah, it took me about 10 minutes to apply. And Stacey would help with the back, which is very kind of her.
I tried. But anyway, we got last night, you know, we are racing to get home because we got 3 hours of nonstop finale action to get into. And, you know, our plane lands, it's like 10, what time, 9:40? No, it landed like 9:50 p.m. The show started at 8, it's going to be over at 11. We're on the runway for a half hour. We're going through customs. You know, does anyone have The Bachelorette to watch? I mean, these people have no sense of urgency. I'm like, hello, we've got 3 hours to watch. Anyway, we got here. The husband, poor husband, is like starting not to feel so well, and I'm like, well, we got to watch it. You know, I'm on vacation this week.
Airborne.
He's drinking Airborne. He took some NyQuil.
I'm falling asleep.
He's going to fall asleep during this. We've got fire engines, like, you know, clearing the streets so that we can get back for The Bachelorette. Anyway, we set it up, and we watched it. I ended up going to bed like 2:30 in the morning. I mean, it was hard. And meanwhile, my poor family, my father was watching it, my mother was watching it. There was like hailstorms going on across the Northeast. My father lost power in the house, and my mother was at my sister's. And anyway, some people didn't get to watch it, I think, in the like upstate New York area because the power was out during the entire finale. But you can watch it at abc.com in case you missed.
Yeah. So yeah, a really good ending to the show. You know, I think Ben is going to make a great bachelor if he chooses to take that. That guy's going to have the pick of the litter. They can, you know, he's going to be like Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, he should be good. And he did, you know, the way he like left with like dignity was great.
Yeah.
You know, it really was kind of like, I think it's going to end up, if he ends up being the next bachelor, it's really a win-win-win for all three of those people because, you know, Ashley and JP are happy. And apparently moving to New York, the Upper East Side.
I'm trying to convince them to move to the Upper East Side. I was on a conference call today with them, and very, very happy. They were doing like the New York circuit. They were on Good Morning America, and they were on Regis, and then they had a conference call with a bunch of media people, including myself. And they do seem very, very happy. You know, they were like finishing each other's sentences. I asked Ashley, one of my questions amongst others, which I'll post in my blog, was, you know, what makes JP the best kisser ever? And, you know, she was like laughing, and then I asked JP, like, is Ashley a good kisser? And, you know, he gave me a very like serious answer, like, well, when two people have chemistry, you know, it's like electricity between them, and then they actually started kissing on the call, and I was like, oh, I can feel the electricity through the phone. But they were cute. They were very into each other, and yeah, I think she's got some dental school stuff to finish up in the next month, and he's got to go back to work, but I think they're going to move into his place in the city. I don't know where he lives.
We need a dentist in New York.
Yeah, we need a dentist in New York.
Ashley, you have a couple patients right here.
She told me that she'd be my dentist. She did. She even told me she'd go running with me in Central Park. So whether, I would love that. It'd be fun.
Cool.
Oh, and someone asked about their religion, and they had talks about the fact that he was Jewish and that she was not Jewish, and JP said to him it didn't make a difference at all. Like, he was going to go for whoever he was in love with, and his family was very accepting of that. She said she actually, 3 of her best friends growing up, or 3 of her best friends now, are Jewish, so she's very familiar with the Jewish faith and the culture, and to her, she said that she'd be willing to raise her kids whatever JP wanted to raise them. So that issue seems to be resolved.
I am very relieved to hear that.
Yeah. What were some other funny things they talked about? They talked about her sister. I know a lot of people were furious at Ashley's sister for stirring the pot.
That was crazy.
Yesterday, and I think that Ashley ultimately decided that whatever the sister said, while it was very alarming, it didn't influence her one way or the other. And JP, someone asked him whether it would affect his decision to propose or not, and he said no, like it didn't. And he knew he was going to propose from their Hong Kong date. From that, 2 or 3 weeks earlier, he knew it was going to do it.
So when do you think that Ashley knew that JP was the one? You don't think she waited until the very final moments?
Someone asked her that today, and she said it's a very hard question to answer because her emotions were sort of all over the place. But she said that it was very early on it was clear that he was the front runner, and someone asked him how confident were you that you were going to be it, and he was like, I was pretty confident. He said that he knew from the beginning that their connection was the strongest out of anyone and didn't match anything she had with the other guys. He also said he did not watch the finale, so he didn't see the whole Ben confessing his love to Ashley and Ashley kissing him back in return, and Ben saying, "Oh, well, by her actions, with her, the way in her kiss, she's telling me she loves me too." Not the case. But he didn't see that the next day when JP and Ashley get engaged. Oh, the night before she was kissing some other guy, which is probably for the best because ultimately the result is that they're together and they're happy. In Bachelorland, that works, I guess.
True. Wow. So.
And sorry, one more thing.
Yeah.
Both of them said that they're not going to pursue TV careers or have anything to do with. They want a very normal life, which may give them the best chance of making it.
Might they start a YouTube review show?
Only if they're in our living room with us.
Ashley, JP, come watch the Bachelor or Bachelorette.
I invited them for dinner.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they'll come. Maybe we'll have a pizza party.
Yeah, come on, hang out. That should be fun.
You guys can watch.
We should go roller skating with them. That seemed like a fun.
Someone asked if "I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore" was going to be their wedding song, and JP said it's probably not going to be their wedding song, but it will definitely be played at their wedding. And they haven't set a date yet, but he says it's not going to be 5 years from now. It'll be sooner rather than later. And they're open for it to be televised, but they said they need to take one step at a time. She's got to move here. She's got to finish off with school. He's got to get back into work, and then they'll deal with the wedding stuff when they're settled.
So overall, this quality ending makes for. Does it make it worth the journey?
Yeah, I think in the end. She's got a great guy, and it's a loving relationship that has the potential to last. I mean, that's really the best you can hope for in this show. And, her journey was very frustrating as a viewer to watch, but in the end, the last 2-3 episodes, the hometown dates and the finale itself, very enjoyable to watch, gripping, kind of, interesting to see her thought process and what's going to happen. The interaction with her sister I thought was very interesting.
That was interesting. That kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and Fiji was so beautiful. I mean, it looked like a postcard every shot, so that was fun to see. And it was nice to see Ashley happy in the end. Her ring, by the way, worth $60,000. That amazing Neil Lane sparkler, and her dress was $16,000. It was a oh God, what was it? It was a Randy Rom dress.
Water resistant, apparently, because she just jumped in the ocean with it.
It was made with ostrich feathers, which are very in right now.
It is in.
Steven Tyler decorates his hair with ostrich feathers.
I need to do that. Well,
on that note,
we're gonna have to wrap it up because we've got 15 seconds.
All right.
So,
well, Bachelor
watching.
Pad. I'm doing a modified blog, but I'll still be watching if you'll be watching. Should be great. Jake and Vienna. But till next time, thanks so much for tuning in this season. It's been great, and we'll see you very soon.